Hi everyone, welcome back. I haven't made a video in a really long time because depression. So I'm gonna make a video today, obviously, because I have a plant that I don't really know what to do with. Well, I didn't know, but I figured it out today. I was thinking. First of all, excuse this. I've been sweating a lot because we're on a fitness journey, you know? I have a Monstera Stanleyana, the Aurea version that produces the yellow variegation. I got it. It hasn't been a year yet, I think. Am I lying? I don't know. I have a really bad memory, so I don't remember when I got it. But it was really, really beautiful. I grew it up this a totem. It was everything, to be quite frank. And then this winter, there was like like last month, I just like did not want to take care of my plants for some reason. Depression. So I was just like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna water plants. And then I'm getting all of those effects now. So this plant has lost most of its leaves. I don't even want to talk about it because I could cry right now. It's lost most of its leaves. I did propagate like the top 5 or 6 leaves like a month back. In February, I cut them off. I did propagate them, right? And it did put out a new growth. I'm just gonna show you guys. But let me explain my plan before I show you. I'm gonna snip the plant and root the part that does have foliage with the new growth as one piece, right? So that I have a new plant that'll be rooted and that won't have a bare stem. That way, I'm gonna be left with a really, really long stem full of nodes. So I'm thinking that I might just do like a whole prop box setup for those. That's the plan. So I'm gonna show you the plant now, okay? So that you get an idea of what I'm talking about. Lola decided she was gonna be the star of this video. But this is the plant that I'm talking about. This is the Stanleyana. It doesn't look very Aurea right now per se, but these were all very, very yellow for a really long time. And then I don't know, I guess maybe it's getting too much light and it bleached them. Anyways, you can see that this leaf is about to drop. And then I have all of this stem with nodes to propagate. It kind of looks like a palm right now, you know? And I don't like that. So I'm thinking of chopping about right between these two there and rooting this part and then just doing the propagation box with all of this. So here you can see the new growth that it's put out. This is the leaf that's gonna go. So I'm counting that as the first node for rooting. So 1, 2, 3. 3 is more than enough because I don't want it to be so long, but I do want it to be long enough that when I pot it up, it does have something to stabilize it. You know, if I do it very short, it's not gonna be very stable. At first, at least, until it really establishes some roots. So I'm gonna go right in here, right in between these two. And then everything else, I'll then propagate. This bottom piece, obviously there's roots in there. So I may just like leave a couple of nodes, maybe up to here, and then pop this up in a smaller pot and see if it'll put out some new growth, because I'm pretty sure it will. And then do the rest of the nodes in a prop box. Jax decided he was gonna help as well. Let's make the cut. Let's do something about there. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, it is done. I'm going to let this dry out for 24 hours before I do anything, just to let it callus, just to prevent rot. We'll snip down here, I'm leaving 3 nodes there, so I'll snip there, and then this whole stem piece. So we have 1 node, 2 nodes, 3 nodes, 4, 5. So we have 5 nodes to propagate. Hopefully we can get all 5 to produce new plants. So I'll show you how I do that now. So what you want to do is leave a nice amount of stem connected to the node so that you have some rot insurance in case it starts rotting. It gives it some space to stop before ruining the node. But also some of these like Well, I guess not, excuse me. Yeah, let's get to cutting. So right here we have the node and the aerial root here. So we're gonna cut right in between. This is another node and another aerial. So right in between here and here. Snip that there, that's one. Do the same down the line. 2, 3, and this is 4 and 5. So there you have it. These are the nodes. So I've taken the fasteners, the Velcro off of the plant that I used to hold it to the totem. This totem, by the way, is by Rousseau ATL on Instagram. Rousseau_ATL, I think his name is. I'll tag it in the description. And literally is just wood, and this is fully stuck, like grabbing on. So I have to be really careful taking this out so I do as least damage as possible to these roots. So these are all the aerials that were grabbing onto the wood. This one I damaged. It'll be okay. I also removed that yellow leaf that I said would be falling off. Oh, also it's been 2 hours, by the way. So in real life, it's been 2 hours. So things have calloused over. I said I would leave this for 24 hours, but then I was like, yeah, no, this is gonna get too dehydrated, and I don't want that to happen because of the new growth that it has here. So I did leave it, I left it out for a couple hours now, and I'm gonna put it up to water up to about here and see what happens. Now I'm left with 3 parts. So the plant that I'm gonna reroot, the nodes, and then this guy that I left in here. I'm gonna actually go through it now and see if I can fit it in here. It's a lot smaller of a pot, but I think that I let it dry out too much, and there is gonna be some dry roots in there. As I speak, this is pretty dry. I mean, there is moisture down here, but the top couple inches is definitely dry. All right, let's see what we find in there and what we can clip in, and if I can make it fit in here, hopefully, fingers crossed. Okay, we're just gonna start digging it up and see if it'll just release or if it's gonna make me do more work. And I didn't get anything. Why are you so unprepared? I need something to pour dirt into. For decorative pots. I'm just gonna pour some of this dirt in there. I'm seeing a lot of roots in here. Okay, this is definitely way more in there than I thought. I don't want to rip off. Wow. So this has quite the root system. Insane. I'm still gonna get rid of some of these. I think it'll do it good. That's like a weird thing to say, you know, that cutting roots will do the plant good, especially when they're not necessarily bad roots. But in my experience, some plants spend energy developing what's called like main roots, which are like, for example, this would be one of like the main roots. It's not really necessary for the plant's well-being. I don't want to say stuff like that because then people are like, what are you talking about? You're telling me to cut my roots. And that's not what I'm saying. Yeah, that's not what I'm saying. So I'm just not going to say it. But I'm going to be trimming some of these roots. Some of them will be trimming themselves, apparently. And I'm going to repot it into the smaller pot. So I'm going to clip here, here, and here. I think we're good there. So I got the little mesh for the bottom of the pot. In. Boom. Dirt. In. Boom. Plant. In. Boom. Also, remember I cut it and I was like, oh, like 3 nodes. This is way more than 3 nodes. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 nodes. So if none of those activate, so I didn't do a great job centering the stem, but we're not perfect. Just because when you water it, you know, it's gonna go down a little. So you wanna fill just a little over what you think you need. So listen, we're just gonna pretend like all of that dirt went into this pot. Because if I don't, I might have a mental breakdown. Okay, so moving on. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, this is too much dirt now. So, rooted stem here, done. I'm gonna water this, and hopefully we'll see life come into this bare stem very soon. Next, I'm gonna do the nodes in the perlite. So the way that that's gonna work is I'm actually not doing like a net pot situation like people usually do. I'm just gonna do a closed container, fill it up with perlite up to about here, giving it enough space for the nodes to go on top without it being right over the edge. Does that make sense? And then I'm gonna fill up the water probably about halfway up the bowl. And then I'm gonna cover it with this lid. That's gonna keep the humidity in. It's gonna give it like that greenhouse effect. And then the water's gonna wick up of the perlite. No, I can't, what is going on? The water is going to wick up the perlite. The perlite is going to wick up the water, and it's gonna deliver that moisture to the nodes to produce the roots and hopefully give me new plants, new babies to share with the world. I don't know. You see guys, I don't know what's wrong with me. Shoot a video and then hide what you're doing, right? That makes a lot of sense. Bowl, perlite. That's about right there. See a little bit of space on top. So now I'm going to place the nodes. Oh no. What's wrong with you? Water. That. Now I'm gonna put water. Like I said, fill it up about halfway. Okay, that's about halfway. Now I'm just gonna place the nodes with the aerial root facing downward into the perlite, and that kind of also acts like a little anchor for the node. And just do that with my 5 nodes that I cut off the plant. You know what? Let's cut off another one to make it even. Since I thought that this only had 3 nodes anyways, and I was pleasantly surprised. So this one, we're gonna hope for the best because I'm not gonna callus it. So let's see if it makes it. But there you have it. 6 nodes in perlite. You can space those out nicer. And then just pop on the lid. And then you will have to air it out if you do use this at home. Like if you try this method at home, you will have to air it out every once in a while to let fresh air get in there and let out that stale air. That could promote rot, you know, but that's with any type of greenhouse setup. So we're done. 1 and 2, boom. Killing it. This is all I have left is the top of the plant, and this I'm gonna just put in water, and I think you guys know what that looks like. I'm actually also gonna add some leca just to hold it in place and give it some stability so that it's not just, you know, flooping in a vase with water. So I'm gonna do that. You don't need to see that, you know what that looks like. Thank you for watching. Please, please, please subscribe. It is free. It costs you nothing, but it does help me out. Subscribe, comment if you have any questions, any suggestions. Don't come for me about this lighting and the camera work. I know, it's rough. We're working on it. And I think that's it. Give it a thumbs up if you like the video. If you don't like the video, no need to give it a thumbs down. Just keep it moving. Bye. Thank you guys for watching. Okay, so here is the final product. I know I said goodbye and everything already, but I feel like I should show you. So this is the stem that we put in the pot. The little nodes, which have actually started, I don't know if you see it, but there's some fogging happening already. So, hello, greenhouse. And then I put the plant that I'm trying to root in the water with leca, and then I added this bamboo stake because it needed more stability than I thought. Will it rot because it's in water? who knows? I don't. I guess I'll let you guys know how that does, because I really have no idea if that bamboo is gonna rot or not, because it's just gonna be sitting in the water. So it's gonna be a learning experience. But thank you guys again. Bye.